They say one man can't win a war, but Sly Marbo isn't just any man. A living legend, a ghost in the jungle. He's the Imperium's answer to unstoppable chaos. Sly Marbo is the stuff of legends. A lone soldier born in the deadly jungles of Katakan, he survived and triumphed against odds that would break entire armies. Some say he's more myth than man, a product of exaggeration and wartime stories. But in the grim darkness of the Warhammer 40K universe, where hope is fleeting and death is inevitable, the tales of Sly Marbo shine as a beacon of unstoppable human grit. By the end of this video, you'll discover why Sly Marbo is more than just a soldier. He's a one-man army, an enigma, and a symbol of survival against all odds. Who is Sly Marbo? Sly Marbo hails from Katakan, one of the most dangerous death worlds in the galaxy. The jungles of Katakan are a nightmare, filled with predators and deadly flora that could kill a man with a single touch. To survive here, you don't just need strength. You need cunning, adaptability, and instincts sharper than a blade. Marbo's life forged him into the ultimate survivor. As part of the Katakan Jungle Fighters, an elite regiment of the Astra Militarum, his skills are unmatched. Known for his ability to operate alone behind enemy lines, he's earned the nickname One-Man Army. Sly Marbo is more than a soldier. He's a force of nature. He can outwit xenos' ambushes, infiltrate enemy fortresses, and survive conditions that would kill most men. His resemblance to action heroes like Rambo isn't just coincidental. It's a deliberate nod to those archetypes, with a Warhammer twist of grim brutality. Legendary feats. The feats attributed to Sly Marbo are so extraordinary that they blur the line between fact and myth. One of his most famous exploits comes from the Orc-Wa campaign on the jungle moon of Daganor. It's said that Sly Marbo was sent in alone to disrupt an advancing Orc horde threatening an Astra Militarum outpost. For weeks, the Orcs were found slaughtered in droves, their camps burned to the ground. No one ever saw Marbo, only the carnage he left behind. According to one story, Marbo single-handedly destroyed an entire Warbus's camp by sneaking in at night and rigging their supply depots to explode. By dawn, there were no survivors, and the Wa fell into disarray. Then there's the infamous tale of Marbo's infiltration into a chaos cult fortress. Reports claim he neutralized over 100 cultists, dismantled their defenses, and assassinated their leader, all without reinforcements. Was it an exaggeration? Perhaps. But for those who've witnessed his handiwork, Sly Marbo's legend is very real. His stealth, sabotage, and raw combat prowess have earned him a place in the Imperium's mythology. The only thing more terrifying than his skills is how little we truly know about him. Roll in the lore. Sly Marbo isn't just a hero. He's a symbol of human resilience. In a galaxy filled with monstrous foes, unrelenting war, and godlike entities, he represents the sheer grit and determination of ordinary humans. But there's another layer to his lore, one of dark humor. His stories are so outrageous, they often border on parody. Warhammer 40K, as grim as it is, has always embraced moments of absurdity, and Sly Marbo embodies this balance. He's both a gritty warrior and a tongue-in-cheek homage to action movie heroes. From a meta perspective, Marbo serves as a reminder that even in the darkest corners of Warhammer's universe, there's room for larger-than-life characters who remind us of humanity's unyielding spirit. Fun fact mini-segment. Here's a fun fact for you. Did you know that Sly Marbo's name is an anagram of Rambo? It's a playful nod from Games Workshop to the iconic action hero, blending pop culture with Warhammer's grim aesthetic. This subtle joke is a perfect example of how Warhammer lore doesn't take itself too seriously all the time. It's these little details that make the universe so rich and enjoyable for fans. Pop culture inspiration. Sly Marbo isn't just a Warhammer legend. He's a deliberate homage to some of pop culture's most iconic survivalist warriors. His character draws heavy inspiration from figures like John Rambo, the unstoppable one-man army from the Rambo film series. From his unmatched survival skills to his jungle warfare expertise, the parallels are impossible to miss. Even his name, Sly Marbo is a clever nod to Sylvester Stallone, the actor who brought Rambo to life. But the references don't stop there. Elements of Predator are woven into Marbo's story too. Just like the protagonist of that film, Marbo thrives in hostile environments, using the terrain and his cunning to outwit and destroy foes who underestimate him. Games Workshop has leaned into these tropes, crafting Sly Marbo as a playful, larger-than-life figure who fits perfectly into Warhammer's grimdark universe, while also tipping its hat to classic action heroes. It's this blend of gritty realism and cinematic flair that makes Marbo such a unique and beloved character, both within the lore and among Warhammer fans. Miniature and rules in the game. Sly Marbo's tabletop miniature isn't just another model. It's a symbol of his status as a living legend in the Warhammer 40K universe. The sculpt captures his lone wolf nature perfectly, showcasing his iconic blade, deadly weaponry, and the intense, calculating demeanor of a man who's always ready for battle. Every detail of his miniature feels deliberate, from the jungle-inspired base to his signature pose that screams, "I work alone." In terms of gameplay, Sly Marbo is more than just a cool collectible. He's a surprisingly effective addition to an Astra Militarum army, especially for players who enjoy tactical and thematic gameplay. His stealth-focused abilities allow him to infiltrate enemy lines with ease, making him a great choice for disrupting key enemy positions. For example, his ability to appear unexpectedly on the battlefield mirrors his lore, where he often emerges from the shadows to deliver a devastating blow. And then there's his signature weaponry. Whether it's his trusty Ripper pistol, his deadly blade, or his demolition charges, every attack Marbo delivers feels like a precise, surgical strike. On the tabletop, his rules emphasize his role as a saboteur and assassin, allowing him to wreak havoc behind enemy lines. While he's not the kind of unit you build your entire army around, players who include Marbo in their roster often find him to be an invaluable wild card. Dropping him into a match usually results in memorable moments, whether it's blowing up an enemy vehicle, taking out a high-value target, or just surviving against ridiculous odds. Sly Marbo is the embodiment of the phrase, "Expect the unexpected." Sly Marbo isn't just a hero. He's a legend, a man whose name strikes fear into the hearts of his enemies and inspires awe among his allies. His stories remind us of humanity's grit, determination, and unbreakable spirit in a galaxy filled with endless horrors. He thrives where others would perish, navigating the darkest corners of the Imperium with unparalleled skill and unwavering resolve. So, what's your favorite Sly Marbo story? Do you think he's a real-life jungle ghost, or has the Imperium exaggerated his feats over the years? Is he just a man, or is he something more? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this dive into Warhammer 40K lore, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Your support helps us keep uncovering the incredible tales of the 41st millennium. And remember, in the grim darkness of the far future, heroes aren't born. They're forged in battle, and some, like Sly Marbo, forge themselves